Xcel Energy is under a spotlight anytime Coloradans are in the dark lately. From its planned power outages and high winds to yesterday's unexplained outage for 195,000 customers, including the airport. Our Marshall Zellinger is still trying to figure out what happened.
These cups, the central utility plant outside DIA, they make a good play area for birds and a picturesque setting when a bird lands behind it. They don't power the airport.
Heating and air conditioning, yeah.
The airport is powered by 2 substations, which are powered by Xcel. While Xcel told us both substations remained energized on Sunday, Xcel said a transformer failed, and that caused a power issue across the metro area.
Wasn't quite an outage, as it was an interruption.
DIA maintenance director Dave Matos said the backup switching from one substation feed to the other caused a dip in power, like a home circuit breaker tripping.
And so our techs have to run around and kind of reset stuff. Walkways, elevators, the walking conveyances, those did require a reset.
While it would be easy to blame the power bump, the airport is still trying to figure out why the trains briefly stopped. 44,000 Core electric customers also lost power, but Core stopped receiving power from Xcel at the end of last year. The power it does rely on, though, can travel through transmission lines that go through Xcel territory. Calls to 911 in Parker and Aurora were also knocked out for a short time.
Every bit of Aurora's equipment, all of our operating systems, our computer-aided dispatch, our radio system, our call handling system was operating exactly as it should.
Aurora 911 could make and receive 10-digit calls, like if you were making a regular phone call. It was just the 911 calls that did not work for 24 minutes Sunday afternoon. 911 calls to Aurora were rolled over to Arapahoe County, and between 3 and 4 p.m., there were 144 911 calls to Arapahoe County. Of those 144 calls, most of them were callers reporting a power outage, not the type of emergency 911 is meant for.
And that is anything that is related to your immediate physical safety or the safety of others.
For some perspective, the next busiest hour for Arapahoe County 911 was 27 calls. Compare that to the 144 during the first hour of the power outage. And one other thing, I know we heard feedback that the power outage website for Xcel was down. I asked about that, how that related to the outage. I was told it was intermittently accessible for 90 minutes, which if you reverse that, it was inaccessible for 90 minutes, and it really didn't. I don't have the.
Why aren't you doing a story about when their website did work, Marshall? But clear up to the governor. Folks have been really frustrated with Xcel's communication and that they want answers.
I asked both DIA and Aurora 911, do you expect to get an answer, perhaps even more so than the public? DIA says they're an absolute good partner. They expect to hear something. Aurora 911 just said, we want as much transparency out of as we would expect from anybody.
All right, Marshall Zellinger, thank you.